All right, welcome back. Super excited to be here. So guess what I have? Some very cool products. I have some cool products all week, and I'm super excited to show you the Phonics program today that I'm using with my youngest child. Now, I have bought almost every single Phonics and reading program there is. Secular ones, Christian ones, all-in-ones, you name it. I'm pretty sure I've purchased it and attempted to use it. So, and then all that purchasing, and I found a free program that is, up there, I want to say the best Phonics program I've ever had, but that's also including like the price point as well. So I'm going to show you inside that. You can see it's super easy. I'm doing it with my youngest child because I like easy programs that are open and go because I'm just doing so much. And even in the next few weeks when I won't be doing as much, I have hobbies, I have passions, I have this YouTube channel. So there's stuff I want to do, right? And I don't want it to be spent hours doing schoolwork with kids. No, and neither do they. So anyway, I will give you a look inside of it. Now, the first product of the day I have to show you. Oh, let's do what did we do today? That's my segment now that I've done lately for the last few videos, which is what did we do today? Take a look at this. This is a problem-solving wheel. You can just Google problem-solving wheel and pick off one you like. So talk to them about it when they are calm. So this is what did we do today? We talked about this. When you are playing with your brother and you have a problem, what are some options? I also got this one, which I really like. So I can't tell which one I like more, except the other one has colors. So I kind of like that. So yeah, just a problem-solving plan. And that way you can work through it and get them, you want to get them independent. Like, how do they solve problems? Because you don't want to be involved in sibling problems because it can create, retribution and things like that, if that's the right word, where later they come back and go after each other, resentment and things like that between them. So you want to stay out as much as possible. So teaching them how to make up with each other and then being available if anyone wants to talk or anyone wants a hug. Other than that, I stay out of it. And they're pretty good at making up with themselves. So another product. So this is a product I don't totally care for. So this is the Usborne Spotters cards. It's 100 things to spot in the night sky. Okay. Now, so it's all different constellations. So if you're into that, that's great. I like these cards because my goal with cards is you want to be able to pull out one a day and read them and then kind of just to get the main points on a topic. So for example, let me show you. So these are famous scientists. So at breakfast time or whenever you can pull out, hey, this is the discoverers of Uranus. Okay, and then you flip it over, and who were Caroline and William Herschel, and you can read about it. All right, so it's got a bunch of famous scientists here from different years throughout history. You can do them according to the history. Leonardo da Vinci, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to study him. I just have such a fascination with Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, so there you go. And then fun fact. Leonardo da Vinci is sometimes credited with inventing the helicopter, the parachute, the armored tank, and the elevator, and adding this on, the blender, I believe. So very fascinating to me, very fascinating. But anyway, so this is what I like my cards to look like, and these are the cards I go for. Are cards like this where I can do one a day to get important facts on a topic down and memorize. And let me show you how it's meant to be done. So now you don't have to do this, okay? This is just a thing. So classical conversations, which I do not follow, but again, because I bought every program and read it, I like this concept. They have cycle 1, cycle 2, and cycle 3. Cycle 1 is every day for a week. This would be your card. So every day for a week, you're going to read rocks, combinations of minerals and compounds. And it's like, what are the 3 kinds of rocks? Every day you read this. This would be week 14, but I mean, you can do whatever week you want. It's your life. Okay, so then you would do, all right, whatever is cycle 1 the next week. Okay, so say, what are some parts of the flowers? Now, I love these cards because look at the pictures. The pictures are great. They're plastic, they're sturdy, and they're not that pricey. I think they were $14 a set, I think. Invertebrates, animals that do not have backbones. Now, what do you do with them? So you go through cycle 1, and it takes a week each card, and every day you're like pulling out that card, you read through the card, pull out the card, read through the card. Then when you get to you're done cycle 3. You cycle back to cycle 1, pull it out, read through the card, because what you're doing, even with little kids, is you're implanting it in their long-term memory so that when they go to utilize this information, all of a sudden they don't have to memorize the 3 types of rocks because they know what they are. So they can work on utilizing it or doing whatever. But I like that because I'm really into no wasted time. I'm really into, I want to get the maximum amount of learning for the least amount of time so that everyone can pursue their passions in our house. Everyone, no matter what their passions is. Because I also think it's important, especially if you're neurodiverse kids, I mean any kid though, to go full on into their passion. Because learning's much easier, life's much easier. The creativity you feel, the inspiration you feel when you're engaging in your passion. If you are not, sometimes it's tough to get out of bed. If you do not have a passion, if you do not have something you're interested in, and if you are a mom, a dad, whoever, and you don't have a passion, what your passion can be is finding your passion. So, and I've gone through those phases where I've been like, hey, posted in groups, hey, what are some things that you guys do for hobbies? Because it doesn't take that long to homeschool your kids. And especially when they get older and when they get reading on their own, every day they can read and write in their passion. And that's a huge thing. You can have, I've talked about it before, the book, I forget the name, but a book where all in one, every day they write one thing they learned that day in that book. In the summer, that's what I'm having my oldest do because he doesn't have school during the summer. But besides working on his projects is, hey, what's one thing you learned today? Like write it down in that book. Because writing it down, if you read it, write it, say it, it helps you. And even if you unschool, having your kid like, hey, what'd you learn today? I just don't believe in, I don't know, I'm just big into learning. I'm huge into it. And anyway, I don't even know if I'm digressing. But so one last product is, okay, so because I'm so big into reading and I'm going to go full bore into making sure everybody knows how to read and everybody can read a lot, and it's starting to happen for even my youngest, I got this. Noun, verb, preposition, noun. Do you see that? Noun, verb, preposition, noun. Now, don't think that I'm a genius and I knew what these meant. Like, you know what I mean? The English is my strongest suit. Oh, heck no. But the frog cooks on the garden. So it helps with reading. It helps with kitchen. Would I purchase it again? I don't think so. I don't know. But if that interests you, learning what verbs are, I'm saving it because they read through it. My middle son read through it already, went through it all. I'm saving it for when we get to noun, verb, preposition, noun. Because in case you don't know, the preposition is like in, around, about. Which, if you get the app, if you go to, this is Classical Conversations. Now remember, I use secular and Christian, so I don't use the Christian component of this. But if you go to the Apple Store and you pull up the Classical Conversations stuff, not only will you get the timeline song, which, oh my goodness, I love the timeline song, but you'll get the preposition song, you'll get all the president's song and everything like that. So you get quite a few different songs, which, you know, is helpful for memory. You'll also get, if you get the actual app, not just the CD from the music store, if you go through Apple and you get the app, you will also you'll get these cards on it. Kind of, it's $14 though, I think. But you'll get these cards on it. I don't use it as much, but it's really great for, I don't want to sing it because my voice isn't that good, but like I can still picture in my head the 2, 4, 6, 8, blah, 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 all the counting songs. So anyway, on the screen, I'm going to show you, got to be one of the best phonics programs out there. I don't know if that's true or if I just adore it. I have no idea. But I love how simple it is. I did not print it off when using it, but if I did, I would probably put maybe six pages to an actual page, if you know what I mean. And I have the Epson 2800, which gets you 7,800 pages for $40 in ink. So it's $10 in ink cartridge. It's an Eco Tank. It's pretty amazing. I have the older version I bought for $200. I mean, it's great. It's great. It's great. You don't need a new version of it. I'm going to show you inside. And it's pretty cool. You can do the letters thing or you can go right to the words. I skipped the letters. I looked at the letters, but I went right to the stories. And like I said, if I was going to print it, I would put 4 or 6 to a page and then print it off, just because I'm not printing, unless I was using it with a bunch of kids or I had endless money, then sure, I would print it off. But anyway, I just loved it. He sits on my lap and we go through it. And what I love about it too is I'll put more information on the screen. So when you hear me stop talking, you can still look through, but it has different levels and they're just books. So starting with words, and he wasn't picking it up that quick. And now with these stories, he's finally starting to get it. Like the first story that we read, and I'm going to have him read each one twice. just like I do my other child for the other reading program he uses, is I'm going to have him do each one twice. And that's just something that we do every day. Reading, not reading, writing, and math. Reading and math is something we do every day. And the other subjects we do, lately we've been doing a ton of science, but in general, like I said, I choose areas to focus on because you can get so overwhelmed with so many different subjects and so many different topics. And all of a sudden you're like, where do I start? And sometimes wanting it to be perfect will completely stop you from starting. And so it's like, just pick 2 subjects and that's it. It's on their chore chart so that they got to do it. Teach them how to do it independently. If some days you don't feel like getting out of bed, because I get it. It happens. It happens. It happens to the best of us, where you're like, you just can't imagine like, oh, not another day. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes in our lives are like that. So either way, that is what I do. So I hope you tune in to the next video, which I don't know what it'll be. Maybe it'll be a comparison. I finally organized all my school supplies and all my cards, which is how I found these cards. You know how long I was searching for these cards, and I have so many other cool products to show you that I recently stumbled upon. So anyway, I hope you tune in, and I hope you see you again. And please share this with a friend if you can, or subscribe, whatever. It gives me motivation to keep making videos. Okay, bye-bye. Can you say, please like and subscribe?
Please like you like.
And hit the bell for notifications.
Hit bell you notification.